Yes. Okay, but let's actually talk about that for a quick second. Hi everybody, how's it going? I'm never gonna know, because I'm talking to the camera. I'm pretty excited to be recording in this room again. Some of you guys might think it looks maybe a little bit familiar. I don't know if I ever really showed the whole room, but I'm back in my parents' house. I don't live here though, I just am recording videos because my new apartment is too small, and my parents are nice. Anyway, hi, my name's Nolan. I usually go by Blue. I run this cubing channel. I do all sorts of videos like reviews and unboxings, and animations a lot of the time too. Welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here, I'm gonna talk about 3 reasons why right now is a really good time to start a cubing channel, but before I get into that, I'm gonna give you 5 things that you should probably consider before you start up a channel. Let's do it. The first thing you should consider is, do you like cubing? If you're watching this video and you're thinking about starting a cubing channel, I'm gonna assume the answer to this question is probably yes if you're watching this video, if you're subscribed to this channel. But if you really like cubing, it is going to help you a ton with running a cubing channel. Guess why? It's because you're gonna be cubing a lot if you're gonna start a YouTube channel about it. And if you don't like it, it's gonna be a lot less fun for you to, this one's pretty obvious. The second benefit to liking cubing if you're gonna start a YouTube channel is it makes it a lot easier to come up with video ideas about it, because you're already thinking about cubing a lot. And instead of having to rack your brain being like, oh, what video am I gonna make? It's just gonna come a lot more naturally if you already really like cubing. So yeah, that's the first consideration. You guys probably have that checked off. It's just something to think about. The second thing that you're gonna wanna think about is, do you have access to equipment? Now, you really don't need a ton of YouTube equipment, especially for cubing channels. You pretty much just need a smartphone. You can do everything on there. But you gotta think, do you have reliable access to the internet? If you're watching this video, I'm gonna assume probably yes. Do you have a phone or a camera or a computer that you can use on a regular basis to record and edit videos? If you don't have access to those things on a regular basis, it's gonna be a lot harder for you to make a YouTube channel. Also, does that equipment that you have access to editing software like iMovie or whatever? One of the most fundamental requirements of being a YouTuber is that you have access to video editing software and the internet, and you can make that video and you can upload it to YouTube. That's pretty much the job. I wouldn't recommend you go out and buy a ton of equipment right away before you've actually started the channel. I'd recommend using what you already have lying around. Like I said, you could pretty much run a whole channel just using a smartphone. The third thing that you're gonna wanna consider is, do you have any ideas? One of the biggest challenges of being a YouTuber is coming up with ideas for videos. And this is something that if you're starting out and you just have like 3 or 4 ideas, that's great. What I don't want to have happen to you is for you to make those videos and then have nothing. What's really important in the early stages is that you identify what type of role you want to play in the cubing community. And this really applies to any community, but I'm definitely focusing on the cubing community here. Figuring out a specialization, if you're going to make primarily speed cubing videos or tutorials, or if you're going to go do something totally different, like make animations, for example. One of the first elements of coming up with video ideas is figuring out what is going to be your channel's specific specialization. What are you gonna do in the community that nobody else is doing, that's gonna be new, that's gonna be unique? Figuring that out is a really big challenge, but if you can figure it out, then you got channel success right there in the bag. Assuming you make high quality videos and you capitalize on that specialization really well. The second element of coming up with video ideas is having some sort of a strategy. Basically, you can have like 5 or 6 video titles in mind, like good ideas for videos, and you can make them and then hit a wall and be like, well, now what do I do? What? Having an idea strategy is basically a way of... There was a sound in here. Having an idea strategy is basically having a way that you know that 6 months from now, you're still gonna be having ideas. An example of this is puzzle reviews. There's always new puzzles coming out. If you decide to be a puzzle reviewer, you know in 6 months from now, there's gonna be a video that I can make. I'm not gonna have to think too hard on an idea, because there's gonna be a new puzzle that came out and I can just do that. It definitely doesn't have to be reviews, and I don't want everybody to just do reviews, but that's pretty much what I'm saying with having some sort of an idea strategy. Some way of saying, I have ideas now, and I'm still gonna have ideas later. If you can do that, you're way ahead in terms of being ready to start a YouTube channel. So you like cubing, you have access to all the equipment that you need to make videos and post videos, you got lots of ideas, and you're gonna be having ideas for a long time. Now it's time to consider, how much time do you have to spend on this channel? If you want to be like big time YouTuber man or woman, posting like 1 or 2 videos a week, maybe more, maybe 3 or 4, whatever, it's going to take a lot of time. This video that I'm recording right now is probably going to take me about 15 to 20 minutes to record, but it's going to take me at least 2 hours in the computer to edit it together. Probably it's actually going to take me more than that. And I already spent over 2 hours planning this video. Thankfully I can do that because I have no life. The point is, you have to decide how much time you're willing to sacrifice in your normal routine for making YouTube videos, because a lot of the time is going to be planning and it's going to be editing, and that takes a lot of time. You're also going to have to, record the video. You're going to have to respond to comments if you want to be that kind of person. You're going to have to think about ideas. Even though you have that idea strategy, you're still going to have to think about it. Essentially, it takes a lot of time, and you're going to have to decide how much time do you have right now that you're willing to give to YouTube. And the last thing to consider is, how interested are you in money and subscribers and views and numbers? It is really good to be interested in making some money and getting a lot of subscribers and getting a lot of views, but you have to figure out if that is your only motivator, if that is really the only reason why you want to do this is to become famous or to make a lot of money or whatever. It's going to be really hard for you to do the creative side of the process of making videos, coming up with ideas, and just the process of creating is going to be a lot harder for you if your main focus is on the numbers. The other side of that is, if you don't care anything about the numbers at all and you're just having fun and you're making videos and it's fun and you don't really care about channel growth or about the numbers, you're probably not going to see a whole ton of success. It's all about finding a balance between the analytics and the creative process. If you care too much about the numbers, then you're not really going to have any fun. But the main point of this consideration is just figuring out your motivations. Why exactly do you want to start a channel? You should have an answer to that question if you're going to get into it. So, you like cubing, you got the equipment, you got lots of ideas, you got all the time you want, and you have the perfect motivation for doing it. So you should do it, and here's 3 reasons why you should do it, especially right now. Number 1, in the cubing community specifically, there are a lot of new viewers happening right now. The community is growing. There's this channel, don't know if you heard of him, he's called J Perm. He has like almost 1 million subscribers basically, and I think we're friends. Anyway, he's gained like 200,000 subscribers in just this past year. It's crazy. And with other cubing related things happening in mainstream media like the Speedcubers documentary on Netflix, interest in cubing is on the rise. Which leads into the second reason why it's a really good time to start a cubing channel. There's not that many cubing channels. Think about like the gaming industry. Think about how many video game channels there are. That community is way oversaturated with creators. The cubing community, on the other hand, has a ton of viewers interested in watching cubing content, but not that many cubing channels for people to watch. There's definitely been a lot more cubing channels that have come up since I started, like 5 years ago. I feel old. But the point is, the ratio of interested viewer to creator, we could use some more creators. You could definitely fill that role. And of course, the third reason why right now is a really good time to be a cuber is the cubing community has not seen nearly enough interesting stuff. Let me explain. Basically what I'm saying is there are a lot of ideas for the cubing community to do that haven't been done yet. A lot of the cubing community has been stuck on tutorials, reviews, unboxings, and solve videos, and recently things have started to be shaken up a little bit. I like to think I introduced animation, although, of course, me, myself, and Pi was really the first person, except actually there was probably somebody before him. Colorful Pockets introduced a lot of good sketch comedy to the cubing community, and again, I'm starting to feel kind of old now because I don't actually know if Colorful Pockets is relevant anymore. The point is, there's a lot of different types of content that can be brought to the cubing community that hasn't been brought here yet. So, you guys could do it. I can't say how long it'll be before the cubing community has seen everything it's ever gonna see, but I think right now there's a lot of stuff that could come to the community, a lot of different types of content that hasn't been made yet, that could still be made in the next couple years, by you, maybe. So yeah, lots of viewers, not that many creators, lots of ideas that haven't been done yet. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked it, give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more like this. I'm probably going to make more YouTube type tutorial content because I just hit 250,000 subscribers, which is a big deal for me. I'm really excited about that. And You should be too, because I'm gonna make more videos, so subscribe, yes. If you have any questions about YouTube stuff or there's any specific topics you want me to talk about, be sure to leave it in the comments below. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!